to defer Kathy and Brian, someone who has made a lasting impact on all of us in ASU. So we gather to honor her here and her retirement, and I want to take this opportunity to express my deepest gratitude and appreciation for everything that you helped contribute during your 34 years at ASU. In 27, we're with our office. So Kathy first started working at ASU. Here's Kim to that Kathy first started working at ASU under Christine Wilkinson, who I think is coming today in a little bit. Did you go ahead?
Yeah, she is.
I think she goes on speed at president. Wow. She was the vice president for student affairs at the time. After about 7 years, Kathy moved to our office, which was honestly, beyond, it was an honor because Christine is really awesome to work for, if you know her. So for Kathy to come to our office was like really nice. Kathy worked in her first role was assistant registrar, and then later on was promoted to associate registrar. Kathy has worked in various sections. Years ago, we've done this for a while, but years ago when you were young, so you might have this section to report to you, and years later you might have this one. Tried to rotate so everybody was very familiar with everything. But Kathy did that for a while, but then most recently, the sections that report to her are outgoing transcripts and integrated services for campuses. Kathy has expertise in FERPA, and as she's called upon, I said in my notes regularly, I think I'm going to say daily, because it happens daily that there's a question about FERPA from the university, could be anywhere at the university. She works with various related compliance issues and violations in regard to the release of student information. Some of them can get very complicated too. She has served on the University Standards Committee for many years, and she's represented there as an ex officio member of the FAR office. Kathy has other responsibilities, and one that I most certainly will miss myself is her expert editing and proofreading skills. It's not easy to sum up the influence and contributions of someone like Kathy, but I'm trying to do my best. From the very first day she joined our office, it was clear she brought a sense of dedication, professionalism, and heart to everything that she did. Kathy has truly been an integral part of our team, and it's hard to imagine the office. No, I hope I don't get teary-eyed without her. We're going to miss her and all of her purpose stories, because we get at least one or two every week.
No, Sarah, no names.
No, we don't know. It's all purpose compliant. So over the years, Kathy has worn many hats, and she's faced many countless challenges. She's always done so with grace, positive attitude, and unwavering commitment to excellence. Whether it's responding to a FERPA issue, reviewing university standards petitions, or simply offering a helping hand when it's needed, Kathy is always there to assist. But more than her professional accomplishments, what I remember most about Kathy is her kindness, her generosity, and being a good listener. She's one person, if I wanted to say something to her, and I said, don't tell anybody, you all do that, don't tell anybody. I can tell Kathy something, she wouldn't even tell Mike, I'm gonna say. And I knew that about her. I had lunch with Kathy this week, and the conversation was so easy. I just told her this morning, because I don't really do lunch a lot, because I try to let them do their own lunches and not interfere. So it was so nice. We didn't, it was easy. We didn't talk about work. You could go on for hours. We could just talk about family and whatever we talked about. It was really, really nice. So Kathy, you're a good friend too. As Kathy embarks on this well-deserved new chapter, along with her husband Mike, I know I speak for everyone here when I say how much we'll miss her presence, but we also are excited for what lies ahead. Whether it's going to be spending more time with your family, reading books, I know it's reading books for sure, or pursuing passions that you put on hold for a while. And I don't think that's going to be cooking. Sorry, Mike. This next phase promises to be full of joy and new adventure. And Kathy, when I find a great recipe, I'm going to send it to you and give it to Mike. Sorry, you. I don't know, maybe other people know, but Mike's a great cook. And he's the cook in the house. Can I share the little thing you're cooking? You probably won't kill him. Kathy cooks one thing once a year. And that is, well, I call it magic bars. What do you call it?
At my house, it's coconut beauties, but magic bars.
Magic bars. She makes them for our holiday potluck.
Okay, tonight.
Tonight, she's going to be making them tonight. And when she makes them, that's really the only thing she cooks all year. And because she only cooks once a year, she has to ask Mike, how do I turn on the oven? She's great. So Kathy, on behalf, I told you it was going to be a little bit of a roast, so. On behalf of everyone here, thank you for your many years of service, your leadership, and your friendship. You leave behind a legacy of hard work, dedication, and compassion, and I'm certain that your influence will continue to be felt for years here. We wish you nothing but happiness, health, and fulfillment in your retirement. We look forward to hearing about all the great things you and Mike are doing. So please help me with a round of applause to thank Kathy for all that she has done. Here's a certificate, Kathy. Coming from the top, not.
And you took Christine away from my party.
I'm gonna turn it over to Janet Gossam.
Yeah. So I wrote a speech because I did not have myself to say all the things that I want to say. But before I get to my prepared remarks, I have to go off script a little bit, which I'm sure I will regret. Well, I was in my teens, I will say, before I turned 20, I was a student worker in the student affairs office in the College of Education. And one day they said, hey, student worker who is 18 or 19, we want you to be on a hiring committee. And I thought, what is this? And, they were giving me professional development opportunities, and it was, wonderful. And we reviewed the applicants. I got to sit in on the interviews, and I said, they are for sure going to hire this guy who got a PhD. Yeah, we've got a degree at that. And one of the lead on the thing was, she said, let's just look at all the candidates. Let's make sure this is the right fit. She may not be the right fit. We're not the right fit. And she said, I really like this guy. His name's Brett. And I'm like, you're very goofy. And at the time I thought he was actually old. Anyway, they hired him. And I got to work with my McBride for many years. A couple months later, Christy joined her team, and whatever. So I got some exposure to this McBride family, and it was actually very influential in my life. And Mike and I went on to work together in many other ways throughout that season. But this is where my prepared remarks begin, because I did want to share a little bit of history. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jennifer Boston, and I've had the privilege of working with Kathy for nearly 20 years, which is actually 19 years, 10 months. I'm like, I think it's a lot of nerve not to hit the 20-year mark. During that time, all of that time, Kathy and I have actually been office neighbors. Literally, meaning our offices have been next door to each other, just a few feet apart. For most years before our office was remodeled, it was close enough for us to just yell loudly over, And most evenings, one of us would say, "Are you ready to go?" And the other one would say, "Yeah, we'll pack up." And we usually watch our cars together, decompress after the day. And ending my days that way with Kathy, you take it for granted at the time, but what an honor.
Yeah.
So, working with Kathy has been a gift to me personally and professionally, and I just want to share a few ways that she's impacted my life. Because I know the qualities have meant so much to me, obviously the ones she's shared with so many of you of a remarkable career. So, when I started working in the registrar's office, many of you in this room were here, I was, to put it kindly, I was a babe in the woods. I was, young, full of enthusiasm. I still am full of enthusiasm. But I didn't know what I didn't know. And I walked into a team that was a well-oiled machine. I mean, the registrar's office is known as a well-oiled machine. And, but they welcomed me with open arms. I mean, how lucky was I? And Kathy was after her. One of the first projects that she and I worked together was an editing and compiling the schedule process. It's incredibly tedious, so like labor intensive, and I now realize it's like the perfect contact to give the new kid on the block. And but I left out because it actually gave me hours of time, and that's when I got my kind of first glimpse. I had worked with Mike for many years and known his sense of humor and that, but I actually didn't know Kathy very well. And I learned her intelligence, which is unmatched, her like for detail, and her devotion to the Oxford Film. Over the years, I've observed in Kathy so many qualities that I admire and I strive to emulate. She is quite simply a dream copy. Imagine working with someone for 20 years. You can always count on to be there for you every single day. She's always in the office, the piano before she gets it. But her presence next door to me, always next door to me, is such a comfort. Just knowing that she was next door always made everything feel a little bit more manageable. So, the way I touch on this, Kathy is an extraordinary listener. She doesn't just wait for her turn to speak, she truly hears you. And let me tell you, she has an amazing memory. This woman, she remembers things about my life that I don't remember. I usually don't remember what I said my phone down. And as a manager of people, Kathy inspires incredible loyalty in her team, and it's no mystery why. She listens, she cares, and she makes people feel valued. I learned so much just by watching how she interacts with herself. Kathy is, of course, whip smart. To keep up with her, you have to be very game. And she will always ask the insightful, incisive questions that no one else has thought of or is trying to ask. She has an incredible ability to zero in on a problem, analyze it in record time, and uncover solutions that others might miss. And then there's her sense of humor. She's sharp, she's clever, and she's something pretty corny. She has to have a sense of humor for that. Her puns and birthday are a mainstay in our office, and always laughing and going at all bridges. Kathy's words cannot fully capture how much you mean to me, or how much I will see. You've been a mentor, a role model, and one of my dear friends. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the wisdom, kindness, and laughter you shared with me over these last 19 years. Henna. Congratulations on an incredible career, Kathy, and you left a legacy here that will keep her happy.
Which is.
I want to stand at the podium, you all understand why.
You can't see me. I also don't have any notes. So many of the things that have been said, I can't say any better. That's really as well. I had the tagging onto the story. When I went to apply, Mike thought I was a student. He was trying to advise me. I was like, no, I'm here for applying for the job because I too was a baby in the woods, had just barely graduated and applied. But that also then connected me to the McBride family. Our boys went to daycare together. We all date back very far. You can see from our rich relationship But more so, I've had the fortunate and Kathy's definitely in that list of having amazing people, and I'm going to say specifically women, to mentor me along my professional career. Kathy's in that category for me. I learned so much on how to be a better listener. I still fail at it. Kathy is my moral compass. So for all of you who know me, you beware now, because Kathy may not be here. Kathy reminds me that people have feelings, and they need to hear them, and I will always remember that. Kathy is also my actual compass, because I have no sense of direction, so she's always correcting me on east, west, north, and south. True. But Kathy's always like, no, over there. I can't speak enough of how much I will miss. It's many of the things that Jennifer alluded to, that Luann alluded to. More than colleagues, it's friendship. So many of you build relationships as you work with people a long time. Some last, some don't. Some come, some go. But the ones that last are amazing. Kathy is one of my best friends. And that goes way past them. Way past what we do every day, which I rely on her for heavily, but more so it's the relationships that we have. It's the lunches, it's the decompression as we walk to the car. It's so many of those things that you spend a lot of time, often more times at work than you do at home. We jokingly call each other our work spouses. Like so. It's very true statement. Many things Kathy knows more about me than my husband does. I have to rant about my husband today and can't finish it. So it is all of those things that take a relationship over 34 years. And so thank you for everything that we've built and everything that you've done. Before I know Kathy has some remarks, that anybody else want to speak? Yes.
Kathy knows me, I'm a pre-procrastinator, so I did have mine prepared. The anxious Christy that you just won it. But now I feel like I have to go off script for just a second, so I think I can stay this safely and not get in trouble, if you're worried about getting in trouble. About 15 years ago, you would help hire the love of my life, who is here now. He worked before TTDC, and he would bring over veterans to the student retention office, and we all just spend the money, like he would. So on May 9th, 2011, I think I may have called out sick. I told you I had car trouble. I had a note back there, and I was afraid of getting in trouble. And I thought, we don't tell anybody just yet. So you may have had, I think you called out that day too. So
We had car trouble.
And then car trouble. So now it's all my function. With me. For 15 years. But now I'll be serious. So today we gather to honor not just a career, but a legacy. Kathy McBride's 34 years at ASU in a masterclass in leadership, mentorship, and humanity. For me, Kathy's been more than a supervisor. She's been my colleague, my mentor, and my friend. 16 years ago, when I was younger, and uncertain of my place in higher education, Kathy took a chance on me. She saw potential where I saw doubt, and through her steady guidance, she transformed my uncertainty into compass. She shepherded me through my first project management experience with Cover Eagle and core values, and she coached me through growing oversight over integrated services, work that still echoes in my heart and practice today. But Kathy didn't just help me grow professionally. She held space when her soul broke as well. She saw me as I raised two little boys, navigated divorce, found love again with Jack, gained a stepdaughter, lost a stepson. And she stood by me during deployments, during moments of chaos and calm, and through my growing commitment to culture and enrichment work. She wasn't just in my corner. She was there when I needed her most, beside me when I needed a steady hand, behind me when I needed a push, and in front of me when I needed someone to lead the way. Kathy, you have an unparalleled ability to meet people where they are, with equal measure of wisdom and wit. You're a lover of words, a guardian of grammar, a seeker of solutions. And over the years, you've touched so many lives, not just through your work, but the way you worked, with integrity, with care, and the belief that everybody is worth investing in. Kathy, as you step into retirement, I know you'll leave this place better than you found it. Not just for the policies you shaped and projects you championed, but for the people whose lives you transformed along the way. You've been the heart of our work and the soul of our team, and I know that you'll live on in every one of us. So thank you for everything, your coaching, your leadership, your friendship, your mentorship, and for seeing the best in us when we couldn't always see that in ourselves. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Go keep this. Okay.
Okay, that's a hard act to I'm not gonna do justice to it, but I just wanted to say how much I appreciate Kathy. When I first came to ASU in 2011, I was a retired lieutenant colonel, had a full career in the Air Force, and I didn't know, Jennifer, that I had a problem with commas, but and Kathy, thanks so much for helping me. Nothing more humbling than getting back, something I've written for the next presentation and getting school teacher read all the way through that. So thank you for that, and we all need that from time to time. I just really appreciate the mentorship, all the things that were brought up here already. I can't add to that except to really just confirm how true they are and how much I appreciated that. So Kathy and Luann have been instrumental in standing up, as we talked about PPBC, the Captain Veterans Center, and that was so instrumental in my experience here as we were doing that in 2011. I still remember we were doing the kicking out of the furniture and all of that, and it was so interesting because one of the things that was proposed was that we do the carpet, and they were thinking, okay, veterans, let's go red, white, and blue. And before I could say anything, Kathy and Luann were out of the question. Those are U of A colors. Yeah. So it was quite a ride. Kathy, I really appreciate the way you helped us navigate all those things. I think when the Veterans Center was coming, to fruition, we had a lot of outside entities that really wanted to be a part of that, and some of that was just kind of wacky, right? We had some characters. We navigated through that, and then eventually, it became what it was. But I just want to let you know that Kathy and Luann are pioneers of the Captain and Veterans Center, and thank you for how instrumental you were for all of that. And again, I would add, what a great friend you were, and I appreciate that. Oh, thank
Okay, I'm already weepy-eyed, and that's bad because once a year I wear mascara. I really have a lot of eye issues, as most of you know. I had surgery, so I may look like a raccoon. Bear with me. And as others have said, I'm like Jenny, I write down in advance, so I make sure I don't leave anything out. Can you all hear me? Okay. Okay, that's too bad for you. Thank you for the opportunity to say a few words. First, thank you to the group who planned this celebration. I know that it would involve Christy, Jennifer, Jenny, and Beth, but anybody else I've left out? The provided treats show they know me too well. Also, thank you to the others who are here today for taking time to celebrate with me, as you all have been great friends, as well as work colleagues who got me to this point. Thank you all.
After 34 years at ASU, the decision to retire was not an easy one, as I've had a wonderful learning experience, both professionally and personally, along with the opportunity to work alongside colleagues whom I count among my very best friends. Looking at you, Jennifer and Christy. And don't forget that the cone of silence extends to retirement. Also, during the last couple of years, Jennifer Hornsby has become a close friend who has joined that cone of silence and discussions. So the same retirement rule applies. Recently, Jenny has come into the registrar group, and she already knew the code of silence because we've worked at her staying at home together. During these years, I have reported to only two leads, Christine Wilkinson and Millicent Denny. It's really hard. Both of whom were role models for women leaders who demonstrate that collaborative, competent, and compassionate leadership is a sign of enduring strength. It's not a weakness, as I think some people may think when somebody's kind and finds out about people who listens to them. So I feel really fortunate to have that. I can only hope that the teams who have reported to me over the years felt that I shared some of those qualities with them, as I extend special thanks to Pam, Jenny, Lindy, and Tricia, as well as their respective teams who always made me look good. And they were doing all the work. I just got to be the tip of the iceberg. Also, special kudos to Beth and Jalissa, who are admins extraordinaire, who fearlessly figured out my technical glitches and knew when to advise to bring in the big guns, which would be Galahad from Yusuf, who always cured whatever mysterious plague only my Yusuf had. So always done with a smile and a story. Next, my fellow registrars, Luann, Jennifer G, Christy, Jennifer H, Scott, and now Jenny. My relationship with them is best described by a blurb I wrote a few years ago. Each summer, the registrars from the 3 state universities gather in Flagstaff for a mini conference to discuss common and sometimes uncommon issues, services, vendors, etc. We ASU registrars drive up in one car and have a wonderful time together, covering every topic imaginable, ranging from work matters to personal dilemmas. Of course, we have all the answers and none of the answers at the same time. But what we definitely know is that we have each other's back as we address everything with trust, respect, and most of all, laughter. Speaking of laughter, that brings me to my husband, Mike. Hi, Mikey. No one can make me smile or laugh quicker than he does. And sometimes it is intentional. And not mean just mocking him or making fun of him. He unconditionally supports me in everything I do as an incredible husband, father, cook, and partner in crime. The saving grace of facing this new phase of my life is that I get to do it with him by my side. That's tired people. Thank you. Again, thank you all for the 34 wonderful years, a time period which I fully appreciated this past weekend when it hit me that Coach Kenny Dillingham was a few months old the year I started. He's only 34 years old. I want to hear 34 years. Yikes. No, it's not. So I'm going to end with Go Devils and make us feel peachy clean after that particular bowl game that's coming up. But thank you and best wishes to you all. I really, really appreciate it. And I could tell stories about each and every one of you, some that are repeatable, some not. So thank you all very much. I appreciate it from the bottom of your heart. I do. here. Jenny, right report.
Well, you want to read it, Christy? So we know that she's a lover of words, and so my team downtown did a super cute Pinterest board. They're like, do you want to do this, Jen? Like, I don't have time, but you all want to. And so Kathy, she did put that together because they know how clever you are with words.
I don't know if everybody had a chance to see it, but it's a really cute acronym of words. So, dear Kathy, you have reached the ultimate payday. No, it's not $100,000 or a trip to New York or a rocket ship to orbit the Milky Way. It's a new chapter in your life called retirement. Don't look back and snicker at us. Airheads. We'll be missing you like crazy. You are an extra special person. We wish you mounds of almond joy. We love you to Reese's Pieces from all of us nerds. Hugs. And I know that some people have brought gifts, but this is also, we mostly wanted to consider your warm and fuzzy face so that you can enjoy your time sitting on a couch with your settle blanket, and a gift card to do as many candle books as you possibly can, and some other gifts in there. So, and I know other people have brought gifts. So, thank you very much.
Okay, speed one.
You all don't believe me. The cat is my moral compass.
We'll give you my phone number and you talk.
All right, that is all we have to prepare. So feel free to continue to. I know we were having some great conversation before we shut you all down. Thanks everyone for coming. Yes. And get some treats too.